Talking Music with Big Andy. This week, Raising Ravens are talking music with me, Big Andy. Hello, welcome to the podcast, and today I have with me Australian singer, songwriter and guitarist Jess Finlayson, who is from Raising Ravens. Is that right? Have I got all that right?
Yes, you've got that part right.
Now, I was looking at this. You've been actually, you were saying, it says online, you've been touring and playing the Australian music scene since you were about 15 years old. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's been.
I've got a list of bands here that you've been in. Now I don't know if I've got all these right or if I'm going to pronounce them right.
Okay.
Nito Chris.
Got it right.
Yeah.
Most people get it wrong. You got it right. There you go.
Fireflies, was that another one?
Yep.
Yeah. And you're now in a band called The Mismade.
I was that band. Well, I mean, it's on hiatus, but I mean, ultimately we split up just before COVID hit.
And then in 2020 you started Raising Ravens, which is more of a solo.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a solo thing, focused mainly on an album at this point. After the Mismade broke up and then COVID hit, I was like, well, I'm going to just do my own thing and just get people who I really want to be a part of it in it. But kind of, yeah. So there are other people involved. I write songs, obviously, but there are other people that come in and contribute and stuff. So, I don't know how we managed to do it over the last year, but we've nearly finished it. So there's still a bit to go. But yeah, we only just got the last weekend. We went into lockdown the day after. So, yeah, we've been very lucky to get that much done.
I mean, the Raising Ravens, the description I've got of them, it just said hard-hitting rock-based band. So how would you describe what you play?
That's my writing. That's probably why it's not very in-depth, because nobody likes to write their own bio.
No, I know.
I would. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty dark music. I would put a dark pop kind of edge to it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to say without exposing the whole content of the album. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a hard rock edge to it. Yeah. It's not mellow and it's not joyful.
Well, it's interesting because I was listening to some of the stuff you did with the Mismade and with Nito Chris. I couldn't find much stuff for Fireflies.
No, because I don't know, it's weird. I keep meaning to put more stuff up about them, but I think because that band kind of broke up before the internet kind of went crazy and people still weren't really on their phones, there's not a lot of stuff for it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It is weird that there's not much of that band, but yeah, I hope to remedy it one day because it was a good band. But
the Mismade stuff is kind of like, although it's obvious it's rock based, there's a lot of like vocal harmonies and that in that.
Yeah, that would be my fault.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I did notice that there's you've got a couple of tracks on your own YouTube channel, which are under the name of Raising Ravens. You've got Imaginary Friend, and you've got the original version of I Don't Look Good on Paper. Both of those are a lot smoother and more like the Mismade stuff with the harmonies and that sort of thing. And then Oh, they sound that way.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But then
well, they're a bit more laid back because when I put those out, it was just a fun side project that was just a solo thing under my actual name.
Right.
And then when the Mismade broke up, I went, I'm going to take it more seriously. And then I changed the name. So, yeah, those were they were really just like, you know, it's not for, just for fun, but really they were just kind of a side project thing that's become more than that.
They're good songs. But then you did the revamped version of I Don't Get Good on Paper, which is a lot punkier. It's a lot more sort of like, you know, you got like the driving drums in it, and it's a lot more guitar, you know, riffs and that sort of thing, which is it's interesting hearing the two different versions.
Yeah, yeah, they're very different.
Like two completely different songs.
Yeah, I mean, they're still exactly the same structure. They've just changed in dynamic again, I think. Yeah. No, I like both. They both have their own thing going for them. Yeah.
The first single it says that you put out on the name is "Careful What You Wish For."
Yeah.
Now I really like that because, as somebody who grew up with the British punk scene in the 70s, it reminds me a lot of Susie and the Banshees.
I've been told that a couple of times by people.
I love Susie and the Banshees, and I thought it's such a great sound. It really is good.
Thanks.
I mean, is that the sort of thing you're going for? That kind of slightly dark, sort of punky, sort of almost sort of punk goth style?
I guess so. Like, it's not deliberate. I think that's probably just what I am. A dark punky goth in a blue dressing gown.
Well, hey, you know, we've all done it.
Who's wishing I'm wishing now I'd chosen a different outfit, but who cares?
No, whatever. As long as you're comfortable, that's what's important. So you're supposed to. Oh, you've got another thing coming out in July. Call of Evil. Is that right?
Evil on Call.
Evil on Call. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, it comes out on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and then we were supposed to be on tour. This starting the first gig was meant to be this weekend, and it's been postponed till August. But we're still putting out the single, and so I've still put out the single and everything. So yeah, we just got to keep going as best we can. So yeah.
So the tour's still planning to go ahead from August.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this stage, I've had to postpone the first 2 gigs because we're in hard lockdown until midnight the night before the second gig would have been. Yeah, we can't go anywhere. Myself and my bass player are both frontline workers. So yeah, It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So we're just sad, but we've moved it. That's what everybody's having to do at the moment. You book the dates, you hope for the best, and you plan for the worst, which is that you have to postpone. But if you don't book anything, you don't have anything. So, you know, I'm sure England are more than aware of the pain of postponing things. Yes. This is the first thing I've had to postpone in the whole of COVID. So I'm pretty lucky. It's just unfortunate that the first run of gigs we have is bang in the middle of it. So. But we'll just move them. Yeah.
You're based in Sydney, is that right?
Yeah.
And so, has it been bad there, or has it been? I mean, because you weren't too badly off. First of all, you seem to.
We've done really well. We've been really lucky. We had the full lockdown last March into June or whatever it was, and then we had little moments where the restrictions went bad, but. We've been very lucky in New South Wales, but I mean, the Delta strain that's going around, we were never going to escape it. It's just not possible unless you completely close everything to the outside world. It was always going to end like this. It's just, but I mean, hopefully they'll get it under control, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell at the moment. But hopefully things will get back to some kind of relatively normal situation at some point.
I think we've got about another year, to be honest, but eventually it will pass. Everything passes. I mean, it's not the first time we've had a pestilence. So, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time. It's just that we're living in it, so, yeah.
Can I ask you about your influences and that sort of thing? What was it that got you into wanting to play guitar and sing and write songs in the first place, and what sort of things are you influenced by now?
Well, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, so a lot of the grunge stuff, and my parents were right into a lot of the classic rock, Sabbath and Deep Purple and everything, and I mean, I still have that in me. But I mean, I like a lot of new and local bands. I mean, the touring over in Europe and the UK was a big influence for me. All the punk rock bands, all the friends we made, and I try to be influenced by new things as well as old things. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like everything. I listen to everything. So I don't believe in being a musical snob and only listening to one style of music. I don't think it does anyone any favors. So I try to have an open mind.
One of the things I've noticed about almost every band I've talked to doing this show is that everyone is of the opinion that genres are not important anymore, and that it's all a matter of you just listen to what you like and you play what you like, and that's what's important. It's only people like the music press and Spotify and people like that insist on you having this kind of label to your music.
I agree. I think people have realized that if you call yourself everyone has a style that they like to play, but if that's all you do and that's all you listen to, there's nowhere to go,
and it gets broken down into such small compartments that you end up with each band having their own genre because each band's got their own individual style.
Yeah.
And that's completely pointless.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the press or whatever is going to put you in a genre, that's their problem. You know, I mean, there are still people who think that female bands are a genre, which is just insane. Like, unless they're playing the same sort of style of music, they're not a genre. They're not a genre. So,
I'm still constantly amazed by the amount of people that have this opinion that women can't play rock music.
Yeah, I think we've proved that wrong quite consistently.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's debatable that most of the new kind of meaningful rock is probably a lot of the female bands. So I don't know. It is in my viewpoint, because I think especially female musicians, they want to see something that reflects who they are. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
I know, I don't. So I've managed to get to talk to quite a few people so far, and I've got more coming up that are really good female rock artists. And it's I don't quite know why that opinion still seems to be even around at all. It's stupid in my mind.
Yeah, it's definitely past its due date.
So, okay, with the lockdown and everything, you got the album almost finished, and then you got this tour, which was being put off, but hopefully will go ahead in August.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go after that? I mean, long-term plans.
Anywhere. I'd be happy to leave my state. I haven't left New South Wales in nearly 2 years because I can't risk with my job, because I work for and with at-risk people. Right. So, I mean, I usually am totally nomadic. I'm never in one place. But, I mean, I'd be happy to go to Canberra by now. Like, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to come back over to the UK and Europe, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
First chance I get, I'll be back over, but I just don't know when that's going to be. I mean, New Zealand's looking pretty good, but we can't even go there at the moment. So, yeah, I think I'll wait for the trouble to pass a bit more before I make any big plans. But yeah, which is unfortunate. But
when the album comes out, you're going to be putting the whole album online for people to listen to or to download, or are you going?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll just release one thing at a time until it's ready. I won't be releasing the whole thing until next year. For a lot of reasons. One, that I want to keep working on it until I think it's perfect. And two, I'd like to be able to back it up with some kind of touring. And I don't see that happening, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't live in a spiral of cancelling, postponing, and put an album out and expect it to go smoothly. So it's just better to wait. I'm sure there's lots of people that are doing that, but it's not for me. I'd rather wait and be, you know, I'll just spend time on making it even better.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds cool. Sounds cool. And I mean, the other thing is, if you get to play some live stuff, you could put live videos out as well to back up the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, the song that's coming out on Friday, we did a gig about a week and a half ago at the Metro, which we just got out of the blue through another band called the Dead Set. And we managed to just get that gig in. Just got it in, and we filmed it, and the plan was to film the upcoming tour and do a film clip for Evil on Call through that. But yeah, we're gonna have to make stuff up, but we're lucky we got that one gig in, because at least we'll have something. So yeah, that'll be live footage, but it won't be live music. It'll just be a montage of stuff. Yeah.
So have you been able to get in the studio with other musicians to record?
Yeah. Believe it or not, in the eye of the storm, we've been really lucky. And they're all really professional and really organized. We practiced and sent files to each other and stuff, and they learn the parts, and then we have like one rehearsal, and then go into the studio the next day and do their stuff. So like the drums and the bass have all been done, and it's only me on guitar and vocals. So for the rest of it, it's just me and the producer. So we don't have to have too many people in the room together.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
they were very lucky.
Who are the other people on the album then?
So the drummer from Nitocris, the first band, Lara, who was in the Mismade for a while, is playing drums on it. Rexy, who was in the Mismade as well, and Tara, who was in Fireflies. So it's kind of like a pick and choose of all the favorites. And I had an old friend come in and do some keyboards, and he's the only dude on it so far. He's the only guy on it. He was like, why me? Well, take it as a compliment. It wasn't even deliberate, but yeah. So Rory will be on that as well. And we'll see what happens. I'm sure there'll be more. I've still got a couple of songs I want to add, and we'll see who gets on that. See how it goes.
Cool.
It's been fun. It's not the normal way to do things, but we don't live in normal times, and I don't really care. It was always about having a good time and doing a really good album with the people I like and who are musically the right people to do it. There was never like a permanency thing to it. It was always just for an album, and then whatever happened. So we'll see.
That's cool. That's really cool. Sounds good. I can't wait to hear it, to be honest, because I've everything you've got up at the moment. I've watched all your videos on the YouTube thing more than anything else. But I love all the stuff. I think it's
cool. Thank you.
Really great.
I'm glad.
It's got a really good sound. They got I don't know. It's just I liked the demo thing you got of Malaise.
We just finished the new version of that last week. It's pretty epic. It's huge. It's certainly not like that. It's big. It's going to be good.
That demo version is it's a lot bluesier than the other stuff. It's a lot more kind of laid back, which is but
I don't know. It
musically
just
laid back, but not necessarily lyrically laid back.
No, it's not lyrically laid back. None of my songs are. I do love me some blues, and I mean, it just kind of, I don't even remember writing it, to be honest. It was during lockdown, which is all a bit of a haze, but it's a bit of a malaise. But so I just put that out because I know that the end result is going to be so completely different to the demo that it didn't really matter. It's like, well, here's this version, and the next version is just nothing like it. So still the same song, but it's pretty a bit over the top, but that's good. That's what we do. Why not? We've got nothing else to do. 20 more guitar tracks.
Have a guitar orchestra on stage when you play
it. I'm gonna need it.
I can't wait to hear it, to be honest. As I say, all of the songs that you've got up at the moment I really like, and I can't wait to hear what you do with other things and in a studio with more tracks and more time. I think it's going to be really good.
Come alive, and it tears at your skin. All those
I hope at some point you can get back over here, because I'd love to come and see you live. I really would.
Oh, the first chance I get, I'll be back over. I miss everybody. I mean, 5 years of touring over there, we made it. Well, us, me, made a lot of good friends, and yeah, it's sad to think that it's going to take so long to see everybody, but they're all pretty feisty. I'm sure they'll still be kicking on when I get back over there. I have no doubt of it. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be difficult to rebuild a following and with the new band and having sort of like everyone having been in the lockdown thing and that sort of thing? Do you think it's going to be difficult to build, you know, a sort of fan base over here?
I don't know. I mean, you can still see everything online. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'd be happy to just get out of here. I mean, I'd be happy to go back over there and play to 40 people. I don't really care. I'm so past caring about that sort of thing. Life is to be enjoyed, not measured.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a very good sentiment. I like that.
Mm. Yeah, I think everybody's starting to learn that. If you have expectations, you're going to be sorely disappointed. You should be doing things that you want to see. You want it to succeed, but that shouldn't be the only motivation, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah,
absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of people would argue with me and stuff, but I don't really care.
To be honest, I think the thing is, it's like with a lot of things. With if you're an independent musician, to an extent, you kind of have to accept the fact that you're never going to be rich and famous necessarily.
Well, if that's what you're expecting, you're going to find it very difficult. That would be lovely for everybody. Nobody would say they didn't want it to be successful, but if you're sitting around going, "Oh, I've got to be successful," you're going to be miserable, especially these days. So we're in a full-blown crisis. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just world of anxiety and despair, expecting to be rich and famous. So, yeah. I'm famous to my cats. My cats love me.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having cats.
No, I've got 5.
I've only got one. He's a pain, but I love him.
Oh, they're my boy one. I've got 5. One's the boy Cyril. He's kind of a bit famous on Facebook. He's a little bastard. He's a real little bastard. He's extremely good value in terms of entertaining while you're stuck at home, though. So he's a little shit. He's always up to something. But yeah.
I know
my
that.
mother walking past. Oh, yep. Yeah, there's someone else here.
Well, I wish you all the best luck with the album and with everything else you do. I love your music. I think it's really good.
Thank you.
And I hope other people will get into it and you spread your name around so that when you do come over here, you'll have a lot of people coming to see you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me to have a chat. It was good. It's good to hear the accent again in person.
Thank you. It's been lovely to talk to you. It's been really good. And as I say, I hope to see you over here sometime soon so I can see you live. No
worries, Andy. Well, you take care. And thanks for having me. Let me know when you post it and I'll share it around.
I will.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you to everybody for tuning into the show, and we will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Talking Music with Big Andy.